From United Nations Television, this is UN in Action.
This is a spent nuclear fuel element. It contains a radioactive mixture of uranium and plutonium. For decades, about 2.5 tons of these elements have sat here in Serbia at the Vinča Institute of Nuclear Sciences. The fuel was used for experiments beginning in the 1950s in this Soviet-designed research reactor before it shut down in 1984. Since then, the fuel has been stored in poor condition at the site, and it's a danger to the people who live and work around Vinča. The UN's nuclear agency is now partnering with Serbia on a project to take care of the problem. The International Atomic Energy Agency, the IAEA, is working to secure and clean up Vinča, but the task is arduous, the costs considerable, and there is pressure to finish the job soon. In July, IAEA Director General Mohammed El Baradei visited Vinča.
What we have seen, of course, is that a lot of work needs to be done here, and we will continue to work with Serbia very closely to make sure that this will be done as early as possible.
For decades, thousands of the fuel elements have sat cooling in a pool of water. But now the barrels that contain the fuel are beginning to deteriorate and could cause contamination. To decrease the risk, the safest option is to remove the fuel. So the IAEA is working together with Serbia, the EU, the Czech Republic, and other countries to ship the spent fuel back to Russia, where it initially came from.
The more we continue to keep the spent fuel in Vinča, which is corroding, which is degrading, the more the risk increases.
Located on the outskirts of Belgrade, Vinča also has 2 rusting warehouses filled with radioactive waste from all over the former Yugoslavia. The condition of the buildings poses a serious security risk and threatens to contaminate local people and the environment. But a solution is in sight. The IAEA helped to construct this new long-term storage facility, which was just completed with donations from the US, the EU, and the Nuclear Threat Initiative. The modern building will safely store the waste from the 2 older warehouses. Area residents who live and work around Vinča are aware of the cleanup efforts at the site. This man runs a restaurant on the Danube, just minutes from Vinča.
I've lived here my whole life, and I know that in recent years there has been a lot of work done at Vinča. I don't think there's anything to be worried about regarding my health and the life of people living around Vinča.
It will take a few more years to repackage and return the spent nuclear fuel to Russia and to remove the waste from the aging warehouses. Serbia also wants to eventually dismantle the reactor, but more funding is needed before that work can begin.
We have been working hard to make sure that we move all the spent fuel from Vinča and then continue to work on all the radiation problems that still exist in Vinča, including the decommissioning of the reactor.
The project, the largest in the IAEA's history, is helping to move the world closer to realizing a vision where nuclear material is safe, secure, and accounted for. This report was prepared by Dana Sacchetti for the United Nations.